the baby because it was too big, too small.
She was 9 when she went into foster care. It was heartbreaking, but the truth is that she needed to be there because I wasn't well.
There's your dad.
Mentally, I wasn't well. I had 2 children. I had a son who was 5 years older than Leah, but he passed away in 1996 on Memorial Day. And I was in and out of mental hospitals often, suicide attempts, depression. I started using drugs and alcohol.
Donna's parental rights were terminated, and usually when parental rights are terminated, the goal for the youth is not looking back, but moving forward. In this situation, we took a look back and wanted to look at that reunification could be a possibility for Leah. When I first met Leah, she was in a Casey Family Services foster home.
I didn't have much freedom. People didn't trust me.
I think initially Leah really thought she would remain in care. She would turn 18, sign on voluntary services with the department, and remain in contact with her dad. I wasn't aware that she was having contact with her mother prior to my connection with her, but I do know that she really wasn't talking to me about going and living with her mother. It was really more of the plan that she thought the other adults then were thinking would be best for her.
Her father used to bring her around every 2 weeks, and he would just give me his car and just let me take her anywhere I wanted to. We would go to the movies, we'd go shopping, we'd go down the Willows, we'd walk on the beach. As much as I didn't like doing it behind DSS's back, had to. I wanted to see my child.
The reality is, many of our youth who are told they can't see their family, they see them. And why not help them build those relationships instead of keeping them apart? And in the end, they're going to have those connections, and they just may not be as healthy and successful if they don't get the support that they really need in the beginning stages of renewing their bond.
You gonna be around for Thanksgiving?
The permanency teaming model is a model that Casey has been using with a lot of the youth that have entered Casey foster homes. But the one thing that really stands out for me when I speak with the kids is emphasizing that the youth has a voice. So that's where I start. Leah provided me names of all the people that she wanted in her team. I fortunately was able to talk to her biological father, who was able to connect me with her biological mother.
She just asked me who I wanted to be on my team, and I told her I wanted my Aunt Ava, my Uncle Jim, my grandfather, my grandmother, my father.
So it was really just picking up the phone and connecting with a relative that's already been involved in Leah's life to reach out and see if there was anyone else he thought would be an important family member, but specifically asking about Leah's mother and if she wouldn't mind calling me or if she was okay if I called her.
I was always hoping that I'd see my mom one day.
Nobody ever called me until Mary Luce McKenna called me and asked me if I wanted to get back to being with my daughter.
I was actually very excited, but I was nervous too because I didn't know what I was going to get on the other line. I didn't know if she would be receptive.
It was probably the best day of my life is when she called me and asked me if I wanted to be reunified with Leah. What you working on?
Homework for Miss Papa.
Leah's first team meeting was large. A lot of her family members attended, but prior to the meeting there was a lot of prep work that happened. I called everyone on the team individually. I met with them individually. I wanted them to just know where Leah was today, but also for them to be prepared for when we all came together and talked, and their first time seeing Leah in a long time.
I remember the team meeting we had here. We had a big cookout and everybody came and we ate, we talked.
It was exciting to everybody, not just myself, but my whole family was very excited about it.
The work that had to happen in order for Leah to reunify with her mother was actually just building their relationship. There was so much time that had passed that we felt like it was so important for them to just spend time together. I think the key components of this being so successful is because we all communicated on how visits were going, how Leah was doing, and all aspects of her life.
The foster family that she was with before reunification were very nice. They would bring her here, they'd pick her up when she had to go home. They would tell me what to watch out for, and you know, like Leah is ADD, so they try to give me some strategies on how to deal with some of the ADD issues.
In their lives at the time of discussion of reunification, Leah and Donna were ready. They were ready to go. Donna did a lot of work to be where she was when I picked up the phone and she answered. So the work that had to happen was just really building on their relationship. I asked Leah if she'd be interested in attending a wilderness program through Casey, and initially she wasn't keen on the idea, like, what, no showers, what are you talking about, what do I have to do? But after a lot of talk, she agreed that this would be a cool idea as long as her mother could join her. So I asked Donna, and her response was, absolutely, when can I go, how will I get there? And as soon as Leah knew that her mom was on board, she was on board. And it was a really cool experience because there were a lot of challenges at camp in the wilderness. If you're lifting a canoe and there are 4 other people ahead of you, they stop and they wait. It just teaches a lot of how it is to be able to depend on other people in a healthy way. And I felt like it really made them even stronger through that process. When Leah reunified, what the day looks like is we want it as normal as possible. So is it normal to have a social worker when you come home? I don't think it is. So instead of being present, I was their cheerleader. So I knew it was happening, but I was behind the scenes because it was their day. So the day for me was to make it as comfortable as possible and really have the foster family be part of that transition too.
The first day I came home and slept in my own room was fantastic. I loved it. I had a new bed. I actually had a bed. I love it.
I had no idea picking up the phone and having Donna reunify with her daughter would also have Donna reunify with her entire family.
But having her back has brought them more around. I see them more, I talk to them more, they're more involved with my daughter. And any issues or joyous things that we have in our lives, they're there.
It just shows how important it is to pick up the phone and make those phone calls and listen to the youth that you're working with and giving people second chances.
I'm in a great place right now. I have my daughter home, I have a car on the road, I have a roof over my head, and I couldn't be any happier.
I am very happy to say that Leah is a freshman in college. She always said she wanted to be a cosmetologist, so she is following her dreams and she is going to school for what she wants to go for, and that makes me so happy and proud of her and of Donna to be able to see that they have and continue to be very successful with each other.
I am a successful person because I'm doing what I want to do in my life, and I'm happy with it.
I believe there's a lot of parents out there that have lost their children and lost their parental rights, but it can happen. You can get your children back. I'm an example of it. I had my parental rights taken away from me, and I have my daughter home with me today.